this is what's going on inside Japan. So this is a thing where we talk about news stories and share stories that we find interesting. So this time we're going to change it up a little again, but this time it's a good change up because we're starting off with an update. So Derek, can you please take that story?
So last time we talked about a guy who sold his beloved car in order to pay for surgery for his cat. A guy bought the car and said, I'm going to fix it up, and once you save up, I'll let you buy it back at the same price. It'll be nicer, which was a nice gesture so somebody could save his cat. But recently, the guy who was fixing up the car came to his house and delivered the car back free of charge after fixing it up.
Oh.
So, what was a kind of nice gesture became a really nice gesture, and the cat recovered from surgery. Cat's getting better. Car's back. Everybody's happy. So that's a nice story.
Oh, wow. All I knew is this. It was an update to the story. I didn't read into it. I did not look into it at all. And when you said "but," I was like, "Oh, where's this going?" But then now that you mentioned all this positive stuff, I was like, "That's really good. That's a really nice thing."
That's a good one.
Yeah, I really like that story.
You got a story?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't say it's just a part of life story. I would say. So the former Yokozuna, his name is, what was it? It was Hakuho.
People who don't know what a Yokozuna is.
It's pretty much the top person as far as sumo wrestling is concerned. So, the grand champion, pretty much. Well, there's one person who did retire, and he's been doing sumo for, 20 years? And so he did really, really good. That's why he was the top, and he's won about 45 Grand Sumo Championships.
Yeah, basically he kind of dominates the sports. He's the Michael Jordan of sumo.
Exactly. So when I first came here, I just saw his face, and I was like, oh, it's sumo wrestler. But then I just repeatedly saw his face, and I'm like, okay, this is the face of sumo. So yeah, and so he's been retired. He did have knee surgery, and he did get COVID, but he's doing fine now. And so, yeah, the reason why I brought up this story is because I thought it was good that he was like, I have no regrets retiring, and I'm enjoying my retirement. And so it's just a story about him enjoying his retirement.
It's always nice to see somebody go out on top. Mm-hmm. Sometimes seeing your hero struggling to stay relevant is a little rough, so it's nice that he can go out on top.
Yeah, and so that's why I thought it was a good story, because you don't really hear that too often, where you just, it's like you said, the person's struggling and they're barely keeping in, or they pretty much retire. They're not satisfied, so they come out of retirement. And it's happened so many times to so many people in sports, but he seems to actually be enjoying his retirement, like he's satisfied. And I think that's what we all want in life.
Okay. I have another story that I found interesting.
Okay.
So we're in Tochigi, kind of landlocked a little bit north of Tokyo. And to the east, we have Ibaraki. It's on the ocean. Ibaraki and Tochigi have been placing for the least desirable vacation destinations in Japan. They had the least popular spot, but we took it this year. Anyways, so I saw an article, and it was talking about a driving maneuver in Japan that's called the Ibaraki Dash.
Okay.
So basically, this maneuver is you're in the turn lane and the light turns green and people dash to make a right-hand turn across traffic before they come. Right. So instead of waiting and then going, they just go.
Okay.
So I was surprised to learn that that's called the Ibaraki Dash.
Okay.
Living in Tochigi, I have often seen this driving move.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
So, anyways, learning that it's named after our neighboring prefecture, and I've also seen it in our prefecture. Basically, the police came and said that if you do the convenience store turn, instead of waiting for the light and turning left, going through the parking lot to avoid the light, that is illegal. And this Ibaraki Dash is also illegal. So please don't do that because you're interfering with oncoming traffic. So in order to avoid getting arrested, maybe I thought you should know to avoid that.
Oh, that's good news. I don't break any laws ever, so yeah, I'm not gonna admit to any law breaking, but it's something good to know, because a friend of mine does that. A friend who lives in Japan, just like sometimes he's running late and he's like, I gotta make it, so let me just cut through the supermarket or the photo shop near my house.
Well, you should tell your friend he should at least double check his corners before he pushes the limits.
Okay. I will be sure to let him know that. So, yeah. But I didn't know that was called the Ibaraki Turn either.
Well, apparently there were two other possible names for it. So, but in this article, it was listed as the Ibaraki Dash. But maybe in different places, it might have a different name.
Okay. Yeah, because I have seen it here before. Not too often, but I've seen it like.
Well, I've seen people run red lights while honking. I've seen people driving on sidewalks. For people who are so famous for being polite, I've seen some pretty horrible driving. But Tochigi is known for being one of the worst places in Japan for traffic and people politely following the rules of the road.
Right. Yeah. When coming from America, especially like Los Angeles, I did not think this place was so bad. Like, yeah, you might have one or two bad drivers here and there, but just like, it's still a lot better than Los Angeles. I'm gonna have to admit that.
Okay.
So I love LA, but yeah, the driving there is a lot worse. So this place seems really good in comparison.
Okay.
And as soon as somebody was like, "Oh yeah, this is the worst place for drivers," I was like, "Wait, what? This is the worst? What?" But yeah, I have seen that move. I would say a few times, not too often though. But yeah, I that's good to know. All right. Well, thank you for that news story. That's actually totally helped me out.
Good to know.
Or my friend out as well.
Yes.
So with the other parts. And so yeah, I guess we should move on to the next story then.
Sure, what's next?
Okay, so there is a new toilet paper out that you could buy online. It costs about $16, a little over $16. It's 1,800 yen.
Okay, I'm used to getting 18 rolls for $3, so that seems a bit pricey. Does this have some special feature?
Yeah, it helps you learn about different things. So it's pretty much novelty toilet paper.
Okay.
And so some of them have like huge like Japanese yen bills.
Okay.
So it's like you feel rich, like, oh, I'm gonna wipe my butt with this. And so yeah, there's that. But then there's some that help you, or this is mainly for Japanese people because it's a lot of it's written in Japanese that has writing. So there's actually like there's an English one where you could learn English and study English. So it kind of quizzes you on English, and they do have the answers like at the top.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, so there's some. So some of them are made to be funny. Some of them are made to be it's just novelty toilet paper that you would actually use.
Where can you find it?
All it said was online. I didn't really search where online because I didn't intend to buy it.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that it's like, yeah, that would be a good place to study. You're just sitting on the porcelain throne, just sitting there, just what, might as well learn some English. Might as well learn a little bit of this. There's actually one for like mental health as well, which is kind of strange that I brought up. Like, this is my second story about mental health, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what you're trying to tell me with this.
so yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting just having these rolls of toilet paper that you can actually learn something from or have fun with, you can say.
Hmm. You know, I've seen that some companies are making, some unique drinks such as cup noodle soda. So like seafood cup noodle soda or cup noodle curry soda. And there was also another company making like curry to drink,
Okay.
not a soda. So I've been every time I walk by a vending machine, I've been keeping an eye out. I'd like to grab one and share it, but haven't had any luck.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I kind of understand because they're like I remember the cup noodles story that we shared last time with the pencil case.
mm,
I I cannot find any at a convenience store, so I'm guessing I would have to actually go to like a supplies, like a office supply store or something.
it could be online only. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it said it was going to be at stores, so I couldn't find it, but I did. So I was like, do they sell it here? And then I did see a student of mine have it,
Okay.
but it was in the middle of class and I was in the middle of teaching a lesson and I don't want to be like, hey, where'd you get that?
Yeah. Oh, no sleeping in class. I'm gonna have to confiscate this.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man. And then I was like, I'll ask him after class. And then I completely forgot. And so now I'm like, okay, just need to get to that student again. Be like, hey, where did you get that? I want one. But yeah, like this novelty toilet paper, it's mainly for Japanese people, I would say. And there's actually like a fish kanji quiz because there's different kanji for different fish.
Okay.
So there's that. So I thought it was kind of interesting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that it? Do we have another story?
There is one last story. I do like to bring some crime into every story that we find.
Okay.
So, I don't think it's like a noteworthy story, but I just always like to bring something that deals with crime. And this time, this man, he broke into his ex-girlfriend's house. Do you know what he stole? Did you see the headline?
I think I saw the headline: "Man breaks in and steals ex-girlfriend's Switch."
Yes.
Okay, that's all I know.
Okay, so the reason he states, which no one agrees with, it's like it's a stupid reason, but so the reason is that
Can I
instead,
guess?
okay, yeah, let's go ahead and guess.
He's got a 70-hour save game.
No, I would accept that one. I would have like maybe, yeah, I'll kind of be on his side.
Okay.
No, I think. Okay, do you want to take another guess, or are you good?
No, that makes sense. I'm sure
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
So he says that he loaned her some money
Okay.
and she didn't pay it back, and so he broke into her house just to get something, and his plan was to get the Switch and sell it online.
Okay.
And it's like nobody really cares about that, and so I think the problem with the story was that everybody had with the story is like if he had like saved data or something like that, it would be a good reason. But this is a 38-year-old man, 36, 38-year-old man who goes into his ex-girlfriend's house to steal a Switch and try to sell it online. It's like kind of sad.
Yeah. Hey, these are trying times. You know, I hope to never be in the position where I need to go steal a Switch. But yes, you never know where life will take you.
Right. So yeah, you never know, but I honestly like if I got caught, I think I would use the saved data. Like I put 100 hours on this game. Like or
It's mine now.
I caught all these Pokemon. I took all these nice pictures of these Pokemon in Pokemon Snap. I cannot let this go. So that I'm not saying it's right to do it, and I still wouldn't break into somebody's house just to steal Switch for that, but I would relate more to that than I'm getting it to sell it.
You might give them a reduced sentence.
Yeah, pretty much. Instead of 20 years, maybe 19. And a half, yeah.
Minus those 100 hours.
Minus the game time. If I was a judge, I would probably do that. Minus the game time.
Time served.
Exactly. You put in the time already. All right. So that was my last story. Do you have any other stories?
I'm tapped. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I said actually, I don't know why I said that, but I did have a lot of fun doing that and doing this. So if you want us to cover a story, or if you have any other stories you want us to talk about, please let us know in comments or on Facebook, even on Twitter. You can reach us all there. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.